Greetings, pen pals. You know the drill. I'm going to go over each pen that I used each and every day for the month of June of the year 2021. No particular rhyme, reason, or theme to these. These are just the pens I happen to use each day during the month. No time like the present. Let's get right to it. Got a lot of pens to talk about today. Here we go. First up is a new limited edition pen from Pen BBS. It's the Pen BBS 535. It has a very, very unusual shape. Has the cool kind of bulk filler style filling mechanism. I really kind of like this pen quite a bit. Clearly not the style. This is not for everybody, but I do like it quite a bit. Again, limited edition pen, commemorative pen from Pen BBS. I did a full video on this, so if you want to know more about it, I would encourage you to check it out. But this is the Pen BBS 535, and this has a number 6 steel nib, and this is ink is also from Pen BBS. This is from Pen BBS, and they call this ink Sun Becomes Weaker. I just think that really means sunset, but be that as it may, that's what it's called. Pen BBS 535. Nice pen. Again, if you're interested in it, I'd have a full detailed review up on the channel. Nice pen. All right, next up is not a new pen by any means. It's quite an old pen. It's been around for over 50 years, this particular design. This is the Lamy 2000, and this particular one is in extra fine. So this is a Lamy 2000, and this has an extra fine 14 karat hooded nib. And this ink is a Lamy Blue Black. Great pen, Lamy 2000. I actually have two of them. I have also one in medium, which has made appearances on the channel every once in a while. Made in this really nice Macrolon finish, piston filling pen. Really nice pen. Next up was a pen that about a year and a half ago got in a lot of press. This is the Platinum Curidas. This is Platinum's retractable nib pen with a crazy amount of, dare I say, over-engineering going on, but love it or hate it, this pen definitely got a lot of attention. Steel nib pen, small little nib, writes pretty well. Can't complain too much. Platinum Curidas. And this ink is Diatramentis. Silver gray. Platinum Curidas. Again, cool retractable nib pen. A little bit like Pilot Vanishing Point, but not quite. All right, next up is a sort of a very classic design pen. This is from Aurora. This is my Aurora 88. This particular one has a sterling silver cap. Really beautiful 14 karat gold nib. Piston filling pen. Writes really well. I really like it quite a bit. This is Aurora 88, and this has a 14 karat nib in medium, and this ink is, of course, Aurora Black. What else would we put in here? Aurora 88, great, classically designed, aesthetically beautiful pen. All right, next up is a small little pen from Moonman, Moonman C2. This is an eyedropper filled pen from Moonman, clipless eyedropper filled pen. Nice little pen, but it does have a nice big number 6 steel nib with a cool crescent shaped breather hole. So this is a Moonman C2, and this has a number 6 steel nib. And this ink is Diamine Mediterranean Blue. Moonman C2. Really, really nice. Really, really nice one. Had this for a few years. I like it a lot. All right, next up is another new pen from Pen BBS. This is the 348. This is what they call the experimental model test edition. They actually say test edition right on there. This is a spring-loaded piston filling mechanism. So you unscrew this and you then actuate this button to move a piston around. A little bit like a Wingsung 601A, or just a little bit like it's a little bit like the Twisby Go, but the Twisby Go doesn't have the breather tube. It's sort of more just a traditional piston, but it just happens to have the spring to move it around. This actually has a breather tube. But anyway, I think it writes pretty well. I do like it a lot. Doesn't post though. Doesn't post. So this is a Pen BBS model 348. And this also has a number 6 steel nib. And this ink is from Colorverse. This is Colorverse. Pillars of Creation. There you go. Pen BBS 348. All right, next up is, you knew it was going to make an appearance. Here it is, my Ranga Model 5. Great pen, just love it. Can't go too long without showing this pen off. This is a beautiful ebonite pen, giant pen. Does you theoretically could post, but no one's going to post this. It could be either eyedropper or cartridge converter filled. I happen to use a converter, but the real shiny thing is this nib. So this is a number 8, 18 karat nib in broad from Bach. All right, so this is a Ranga Model 5, and this has a number 8 Bach nib in 18 karat, and it is in broad. Love, love, love this pen. I've talked about this pen a lot on this channel. Did a thorough review on it a few years ago. Great pen. All right, next up is my Visconti Homo sapiens. This one has the titanium 20, I'm sorry, not titanium, palladium. This has the 23 karat palladium nib, which they do not make anymore. They now make them in 18 karat gold. Two-tone nib, really nice. Number 6 size nib, really nice. Almost sort of like a little bit of a collector's item. This pen is really cool material. It's made of volcanic resin from Mount Etna in Italy. Great, great pen. Vacuum filling pen. They call it a power filler. Really nice pen. So this is the Visconti Homo sapiens. Bronze Age. Oversize. And this has a 23 karat palladium nib in fine, and this ink is a Waterman Absolute Brown. There we go. Visconti Homo sapiens, Bronze Age, oversized. Great pen. All right, next up is another fairly big pen, kind of flagship size pen. This is the Pelican M1005 Strazmon, which has these really cool pinstripes, great pinstripes, really nice piston filling pen, beautiful, gigantic 18 karat gold nib. Really, 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 really great, great pen. So, like we said, this is the Pelican M1005 Strazmon, and this has an 18 karat nib, and this ink is Pelican, Edelstein, Star Ruby, Really, really nice pen. Great ink, great pen, beautiful nib, gorgeous pen all around. It's got this really cool, of course, Pelican bill-shaped clip. Great, great pen. All right, next up is a variation on a classic. This is a palette vanishing point, but this is the vanishing point Thermo. This is the one that you twist to make the nib come out. So there we go. So we have a pilot vanishing point. Thermo. And this has a 14 karat nib in fine, and it is quite fine. There's a really nice ink to go with it. This is a Roshizuku Konpeki. And really great pen. The only issue with this one is you really need two hands to open it. It's really kind of awkward to do with one hand. If you just have the push button, you can do it with one hand. So that is one downside of this one. All right, next up is a vintage pen. This is my old Parker Duofold from around 1926 or so. It's a button filler, which is basically means it's a sack filler, but you just push a button on the end to actuate the bar, which actuates the sack. Got this gigantic 14 karat nib. Really, really great pen. So here we have a Parker Duofold. And like I said, it's from about 1926 or so, so not quite 100 years old. And this ink is Robert Oster Fire on Fire. Great pen, one of my favorite vintage pens, Parker Duofold. All right, next up is a gigantic pen, one of the largest pens I have. In fact, this is from Ranga. This is a Ranga Ganesha. It's an acrylic, and it's a really nice ivory colored acrylic with the black ends. This is the Ranga Ganesha. Really, really nice pen. It has a number 8 titanium nib from Bach, which really, really is great. Writes fantastic. Really, really nice pen. Beautiful writer. Gorgeous pen. Nice big nib to go with a nice big pen, which is always nice. So this is a Ranga Ganesha. And has a number 8 titanium nib. And this ink is Noodlers Blue Black. Ranga Ganesha, really, really nice, huge pen. One of the absolute biggest pens that I have. Great pen. All right, next up is a pretty new pen from Moonman. This is the Moonman Ti200. They do say that this pen's made out of titanium, but I really don't think it is. But it's a nice, pretty nice pen. I believe it's steel. Nice pen. Hooded nib goes all the way up. Section goes all the way up and hoods the nib. Really, really nice pen. Got a little bit of weight to it. I like it quite a bit. Nice, nice pen. So this is the Moonman Ti200. I did a full video on this if you want more information. And this ink is Diamine Communication Breakdown. Really nice pen, nice ink, writes really well. Really nice pen, even if it's probably not titanium, but really nice. All right, next up is one of my favorite pens from Visconti. It's a lower end pen from Visconti. It's the Visconti Breeze pull-off cap with a magnetic closure. Has the great Ponte Vecchio bridge style clip, spring-loaded. Really nice acrylic material. And cartridge converter pen. Really, really nice. Visconti Breeze. And this has a steel nib in medium, and not a huge nib though. You see it's a smaller nib. And this ink is from J. Herbon. and it is Vert Pre. There we go, Visconti Breeze. Really, really nice. All right, next up is a pilot pen. I don't think we've done a pilot pen yet on this video. This is the Pilot Custom Heritage 912. The cool thing about this one is it's got a 14 karat gold FA nib. This is the closest nib thing you're going to get nowadays to a vintage flex nib. It's not quite like a vintage flex nib, but it is pretty nice. So this is a Pilot Custom Heritage 912. And this has a 14 karat FA nib. So you do definitely get a little bit of flex and variation there, which is pretty nice. And this ink is a Roshizuku. Right. Ameiru. All right, next up is another flex nib pen. This is a steel flex nib pen, Noodlers Conrad. He does a pretty nice job with this one. Piston filling, fairly inexpensive pen with this steel flex nib, and it actually writes pretty nicely. So, all right, we have a Noodlers Conrad. And this ink is Noodlers Red. So, nice pen, nice ink, Noodlers Conrad. There we go. All right, Waterman Careen. Really nice 14 karat stub nib on this one. Metal pen, writes really well. Just a beautiful laid out pen. Nice springy clip, which I always like. Just a very classic lines on this. Really beautiful inset nib. Really nice. Waterman Careen. And this has a 14 karat stub nib. And this ink is also from Waterman, and this is Tender Purple. All right, last but not least is a really cool pen, somewhat limited edition pen from Twisby. This is the Twisby Draco. Really nice acrylic, pretty rose gold trim, writes beautiful. Piston filled pen, really nice ink window. Everything I love about this pen except this nib. This nib writes fine, but it's just way undersized. It's this tiny little number 5 size nib. A pen like this, at this size and at this price point, should clearly have a number 6 nib at least. So the nib is definitely undersized. But it writes really nice. So we have a Twisby Draco. And this ink is Diamine Writer's Blood. And there we go. Hey, that will just about do it for this episode. Before I let you go, I do want to remind everybody to please like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you do that, it will be very much appreciated by me. I hope you enjoyed this video for this month. I really enjoyed making it. I hope you enjoyed watching it. And until next time, have a great day. Bye-bye.